Hello, and welcome to our ab series today. We are also going to use the ball a little bit here and there. So if you have one of those available to you, feel free to go grab it. And if you do not have one, you could either use a pillow for some things, or you don't use one at all, and that'll be a-okay. No fret, you'll still get a good workout. But we're going to get started with a plank. So we're going to drop down to those forearms and we're going to go ahead and hop into that. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds. And at the end of this 30-second hold, we are going to come up to a high plank and do not drop in between. We're going to stay here for the full minute and 30 seconds together. So at the end of this, we'll come up to that high plank and we'll do alternating toe taps in and out. At this time, pay good attention to your body, your breath. Make sure that there's not a bunch of tension anywhere up in your neck and your jaw, and find your breath. Find that breath. Let's come up to that high plank and start tapping those feet in and out. And sometimes if you have a good song going, trying to find the pace of it can be it's rhythmic. It kind of keeps you going. It keeps you steadfast through the movement. But anywho, in just a moment, we're going to stay in this high plank and we're going to go into 30 seconds of alternating shoulder taps. So we'll take our right hand across the body to touch the left shoulder and so forth. And also, if you want to plant the feet wide, it'll give you a little bit more stability for that movement. Also, while you're here, focus on trying to keep that body as still as possible. There is inevitably going to be some movement that occurs, but staying as anchored through the core as possible, trying to, have that very obvious movement be the only little bit of movement that occurs. And in just a moment, we'll find that stretch together. I'm going to come to a down dog. Here we go. And we'll take a big breath in and out. And I'm going to find that up dog here and come to a little child's pose to stretch it out. And then after that, we're going to go into some bridging. So you can meet me on your back. This is where, if you have a ball, we'll use the ball. And if you're going to use a pillow, this is where you can use the pillow. So you stick it in between your legs. It'll help activate those inner thighs. So we'll lay on our backs. And you can stick that ball right in between those thighs, kind of up towards the knees a little bit. And same thing with the pillow. And if you don't have one, once again, it'll be a-okay. We'll just do some good old-fashioned lift and lower bridges. So in just a second, we'll find that lift and lower together. And try to go at the pace of your breath. Go at your own pace, what works for you. But we'll take 5 and we'll pulse on 5. So we'll lift, here we go, up for 1. And back down, and up for 2, and down, and we're up for 3, and down, and up for 4, and down, and we'll meet at the top for 5 and pulse in and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it back down. And we'll take a little breath, wiggle the booty, shake it out, do what you need to do, and we'll take 5 more together, and we will pulse at the top on the 5th one. So we'll take that lift up for 1, here we go, and we're back down, and up for 2, and down, and up for 3, and back down, and up for 4, and lower. And we'll meet at the top and pulse for 5, in and up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it back down. And you can ditch that ball. If you have a ball specifically, you can come back to that later, but if you're using the pillow, you can ditch your pillow. We're going to go into our big, chunky minute and 40 seconds of movement here for those abs. We'll do a little demo together. So we're going to do 20 seconds of, I got to fix my hair. So sorry. But essentially, we're going to do tabletop legs, in and outs, and we'll do an alternating crunch. I like to give you a little demonstration so that way you can kind of see what the movement looks like. But just note that this is being done in 20-second intervals. It's not going to be done this fast. So here we go. and you can keep your hands up the whole time, but we'll do 20 seconds just like this. And then we'll do 20 seconds with one leg up, and we'll come across the body, bring that elbow to the opposite knee, the bent knee, and then 20 seconds of those in and outs, and then do the other side, 20 seconds of those in and outs, and then we'll take a breath. All right. So in just a second, we're going to do that whole thing together in real time. So here we go. Apparently I am cooking up to get into it. Here we go. So 20 seconds of in and out, and bringing the hands up and bringing the eyes to the abs does add to that kind of core experience. But if you want to keep your head down, that is a-okay. You will still get a good lower ab workout. And also, if you feel like your neck and everything's tense, keep it low. But we're going to keep everything up because we're coming across that body for that crunch. If you have not already started with me, we have that left leg up in the air with the right leg bent, and we are bringing that left shoulder across to meet that right knee, and we're crunching, and now we're back to those in and outs. I promise to do better next time and cue you for this next set. Anywho, we are in and we are out and we are breathing. Make sure you're breathing. I do sometimes forget to breathe, but it really is our anchor through this experience. So we're going to lift that leg and we're going to come across the body. We have our right leg up, our left leg bent, and we're crunching, right elbow coming across to the left knee. And we're crunching it out. I know it gets spicy, it does, but just don't stop moving. Just stay in the crunch, maybe even find a little momentum if you can. But anywho, in just a second, we'll drop that leg back down. Here we go, and we're going to those in and outs. Keep those hands up in the air, bring the head down, do what you need to do, but just make sure you're focusing on the integrity of those in and outs and also keeping your breath. And at the end of this 20 seconds of in and outs, we'll drop those feet, take a beat, take a breath, and then we are going to go into some bird dogs. So if you have a Pilates ball specifically, I am going to show you, we can use that together. We'll stick it under our hand for a little balance challenge for the bird dogs. But if you're using a pillow, please don't use the pillow because I just don't know if that would be the same. I don't know if it would give you the same experience. It might be a little bit too slippery. But anywho, and if you have nothing at all, don't fret. You have everything that you need, I promise. You can do the bird dogs and get the normal stability challenge. It'll be just as awesome, I promise. So you'll place the ball under the hand that's going to be planted onto the ground. And it just kind of forces you to focus a little bit more on what's happening inside of like your inner body. So, and then you can switch and to go into it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this side, and we're going to come in for that and extend out for 1 and bring it back in and out for 2. And back in and out for 3 and back in and out for 4. And on 5, we're going to pulse for 5. So we'll bring that back in and we'll extend everything out. And we'll pulse long for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll bring it back in and we'll go to the other side. All right. So we're going to take a little breath and we're going to bring everything in and extend everything long for 1 and bring it back in and extend across the room for 2 and in and out for 3 and back in and extend long for 4 and back in, and we'll meet out and pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and bring it all back in. Nice. All right. And we have one more set of planks and we will be done with this workout today. Whoop, whoop. All right. So let's get down on the mat. We'll take a little cat-cow here first, just to, wiggle out that spine, find our breath. Once again, just take a little beat. And then after that, we are going to go into 1 minute and 30 seconds of planking though. So yeah, let's find those forearms and drop down to the mat after you're done with your cat and cows. And we'll extend those legs long to find that low plank, and then we'll go into the alternating toe taps and the shoulder taps. So here we go. Meet me at the bottom. We are extending out for the plank, and we are getting started now. Here we go. And once again, focus on your breath. Make sure that your neck and your shoulders are not all crammed up. Find a little intention to get you through the last section of this workout. We want to finish strong. You know, we've done so much movement, but like it's so good. It's such good movement. Our body loves it. Our body loves us. We love our bodies, and that's exactly why we're doing all of this. So in just a moment, we'll come up to a high plank and we will start tapping those feet in and out, right out, left out, right out, left out, and so forth. Find your beat, find your breath, find what works for you. If you can get this to go at your breath and kind of let those go together, you will become unstoppable. Just know that, I promise you. And in just a moment, you can plant those feet nice and wide so that way you can get that stability. And we will go into those shoulder taps. Here we go. So we're tapping our left to our right and our right to our left. And once again, let's try to keep that body as still as possible. There will be a little bit of movement once again, but just keep it as still as you can. You are almost done with your workout. You're so strong. You're actually a badass. So just stay with me here. And in just a moment, we'll find some intentional rest. Please do not plop to the ground. You are better than that. We'll find a down dog. We'll find a breath. Here we go. As promised. So we'll find that down dog, come up to that up dog, take a little wiggle, and then we can find our child's pose. That child's pose feels so good right now. It really does. And honestly, it's way deeper than the first child's pose that we did after the first set of planks. Anywho, I hope that you enjoyed this workout, and I hope you enjoyed our time together. I enjoyed our time together. I hope to see you soon. And if you like this video, And if you liked my vibes, then absolutely subscribe and come back for more because I am here every day. Anywho, bye.